Hello and welcome to Home vs. House. I'm Lisa, and this is a channel where I share budget-friendly home decor and lifestyle ideas. Guys, I am back in my garden. I have not been out here for a bit. In our area, we have been having lots of flash flooding and just tornadic weather, and so been indoors quite a bit and just kind of sneak out here to harvest some herbs for cooking and tea. I did get to harvest some greens a couple of days ago as well, guys, and so I thought I'd do a walkthrough. I love to come out to this garden after it rains, when things have settled down, because things just look a lot greener. So join me on this walkthrough today to see what's thriving, what's not, and just what's happening with my backyard kitchen garden. So come along. I am going to do a little bit of a harvesting today. Guys, my hanging baskets are filling out so nicely. I have one on each side, and I love the blooms that it adds over here. I do have some cleanup to do still over here. We're expecting another dose of heavy rain here in the next couple of days. I think it's on Saturday. Today is Thursday. And so I'm just holding off on cleaning up. So I have to clean up this area here that the wood chips ran off. I think it ran off from here. So I need to do some cleanup in this area here over the weekend. Let's see how my plants are doing over here since I've added it. Love the pop of color here as well. My Swiss chard is doing better over here, but the purple cabbage still is being eaten by bugs. Between the rain, I try to spray with the neem oil, but guys, it's been raining every day for about 5 days. So it didn't make sense for me to add the neem oil. So I'm just kind of waiting. But as I'm waiting, my vegetables are getting eaten. Over in this corner, I did add I sprinkled down some clover seeds just to see what happened, if it's going to sprout, and it has sprouted. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more to add some greenery to this corner, and I'm also looking for a clearance plant that will do fine here as well. My cilantro, I am going to harvest this some today for my cooking later. And they are just spreading very nicely. All right. For my raised beds, I try to create a barrier for two things: for shades, and then just working more on some more resolution to keep rabbits away from here. I think it's doing well to keep the rabbits away. The shade, I'm still working on it. So we've been having 90+ weather over here, and when it gets to that point, I usually try to add some shade to the raised beds so that they do a little bit better. I'm still working on it. I worked on two to where I want it to be, and I'll show you those here. And this one I just added some, I'm using landscape fabric because that's what I have on hand to do this. So I still need to work on this section. I just wrapped the fabric around it and I have not secured it yet. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to harvest some dill from here. As well as some sage. And some green onions. Oops, I just pulled up one of my green onions. I'm gonna stick it back down here. I'll secure it here in a little bit more when I'm done. Okay. My elderberry, I'm seeing more and more leaves on it. I did add, I don't know if I showed it on last video, I did add this metal solar light that I picked up from Aldi's some weeks ago. Guys, over here, I transplanted my butterfly bush from where I had it before. And I hope this is a better spot for it. It has room over here to spread out some and not be in the way. So I thought this was a better area. My strawberry, no strawberry from this plant just yet. I'm not even seeing blooms just yet. This garden bed, I harvest some collard greens a few days ago from here. Also, the green peas is trellising up very nicely, and I actually see some blooms on it. So I'm getting some peas here from this garden bed, hopefully very soon. I want the peas to come out. I'm gonna harvest some green onions here. I want the peas to come out before the weather really gets consistently hot, because they do a lot better in cooler weather. So hopefully I get a good harvest of green peas. I've done green peas every garden season so far, and it's been good. So I'm hoping no less from this garden season. Guys, this is one of the beds that I worked on. I used the landscape fabric and I worked on it some and got it to where I need it to be. So on the edges, I used some just wooden stakes, and I actually hand sewed the fabric on to each corner to secure it a bit, and I'm happy with the results. It offers some security with the high wind that we've been having. It also just offers some shade, but it also leaves room for some sun to come into this bed. So when the peas trellis up a little bit more and kind of cover the whole area, that's going to offer a little bit more shade as well. Let's see, guys, this strawberry plant, this is a different variation from the first one that I showed, and I've been harvesting strawberries from this plant constantly. So love that. I see some blooms, and I also see some baby strawberries coming up. My Weigela bush is spreading out nicely over here. I did cut back some of the branches that was going into the garden bed here, but overall it's doing nicely. As over here, I also sprinkled down some clover seeds, and they've popped up. So I need to add some steppers here because this is the area that we usually like walk through. And then I'm gonna add some more clover seeds to fill up the space quite a bit. I added some over here as well. And I see that they are coming up, so I'm glad about that. So I'm gonna thicken it up some more. My strawberry, not strawberry, but blueberries, I planted here. I transplanted those here. Guys, and this is the area that I took the butterfly bush from. The wind knocked down this, my cloche here. I'm gonna put it back. I had it over this pot. Oops. I think I need to secure it a little bit more. Let's see. I'm gonna be able to harvest some lettuce here pretty soon. I did put some lettuce down in this bed early spring, some seeds, and they've popped up. So I'm happy about that. Guys, my yarrow is coming along nicely. I did get a different, just a small stem of a different color of yarrow from a friend of mine, and I stuck it in here, and I see some sign of life. So I'm hoping, I think she said these were pink blooms, so that's gonna look nicely with, that's gonna look nice with my the ones that I have here is a yellow and red bloom. So the color mixture, I'm looking forward to it being really good. Some more blueberries over here. Still no flowers from my peonies, but maybe I'll get some this summer. We'll see. These two tomato plants are doing well over here, guys. And over here I did plant some sunflower seeds and some amaranth seeds. I threw those down. They did not come up, but this is my flooded area. So I have, my neighbors are on slopes mostly all around me, and then the water runoff from their backyard comes here and then runs down. Last week I put up this, I did this makeshift retainer wall. I got some cement and just cemented down the cinder blocks through those, and they seem to help. I do still have to do some more work in this corner here to build it up a little bit. So that's my next project. Got a pepper over here that's doing well, guys, and look at my cucumber. I've got all sorts of flowers coming up, so I'll be getting some cucumbers here pretty soon. And I did plant this from seedlings. My chamomile, it's spreading out very nicely. Over in this corner, I did add this DIY planter, and I stuck some annuals in there just to add a pop of color over here. As this garden bed, it's doing well. I did harvest some garlic chives here. I need to replant the beans. I think I just planted it too early. Some came up and is trellising up these pieces of metal, but I need to plant some more. This is another garden bed that I added the fabric and secured it on. So the rabbits have not been getting into this bed. At least I don't see any signs of it. Let's see, I'm gonna secure this clutch down a little bit more. All right, let's keep going, guys. I'm gonna walk back and go down a different area. My astilbe is getting ready to bloom here. These are some shaded plants. I have an astilbe, a corbel or heuchera, and then I have bleeding hearts that bloomed in the earlier spring. I did go ahead and stuck some annuals here, and I got those on clearance for about 50 cents or 75 cents for the small 4-pack of this one, and then I think it was just the 1-pack here. All right, let's keep going. So see, I'm at the other end of this last garden bed that I showed, and here's one of the beans that came up. There's some on this side, a little bit clearer, and yeah, I just need to get some more in the ground. Over here, I did harvest 2 tomatoes so far from these tomato plants. I've been harvesting my my basil, and I need to do some more harvesting here. I usually just pull off the top so it doesn't go to flower, but sometimes I get some of the leaves down at the bottom as well. I do see some activities with this eggplant, so it looks like I am going to get an eggplant harvest this year. I have a second eggplant here, and I see some activities here as well that tells me I may get some eggplants. All right, now let's keep going. Here's a second DIY planter that I stuck some annuals in as well. My honeysuckle is blooming, some again. It gives off a combination of white and pale yellow blooms, so I'm really happy with that. I did swap out these geraniums. I had them over here where the second strawberry basket is, and I swapped it out just because I think it was getting a lot too much sun over in that area. So they're starting to bloom again over here in a partially shaded area. This pot, I'm still building it up. I'm using sedum cuttings that I have in other areas to build up this pot, and the idea is to have kind of like a sedum pot. It does have holes down at the bottom for drainage, so I'm happy about that. I did stick another solar light here, but guys, this is a shaded area, so I'm gonna have to move it to a more sunnier spot, and then maybe get a shepherd's hook and a hanging plant that will thrive a little bit better over here. Guys, my garden room, I really like how this side is looking with the coneflower. So I just this was self-seeding from last year, so next summer when I cut these back, I want to add to this side and build up this side, so that's going to be a work in progress. So this garden room is nice and cool in the heat of the summer. I have some big old trees back here, and they offer tons of shade. All right, let's see what else. Coming back to the garden, the kitchen garden. Over here, I'm going to harvest some more of these purple basil. I think I need to move this rosemary to a sunnier spot. Then I have some oregano here. I'm gonna harvest these as well. I should have brought my clippers out. Okay, and then I have 2 peppers that I am also seeing some activities on at least one of them. I have some thyme over here. What else? This garden bed, I have harvest from it a few days ago. The Chinese cabbage. I also have some collard greens growing here from seedlings, some kale. I have a watermelon over here that I see some flowers on. And then I also have squash and cucumbers growing here as well, but they're not doing, the squash and the cucumbers not doing so well. They're yellowing out. So I think they might be infected. So I probably need to pull them up here pretty soon. Over here, my daisies are about to bloom. And I think these are white daisies with a yellow middle. All right, I'm gonna go back on this side. My daylilies, I'm getting continuous blooms from them. I have another patch here. I need to still add something to this area here. They look a little bare. I may add some bearded iris, get them up from the front, get a patch up from the front and add it over here. Guys, look at how the clover seeds are doing in this area. It's coming up nice and thick. I'm really pleased with that. I thought a lot of the rain that we had would wash them out, but they are pretty resilient. Still needs to do some cleanup over here, guys. My clematis, I'm seeing some more leaves on it, so I transplanted it here from a sunnier spot to a more shaded spot. So I think they're gonna do well here. And I have a mixture of bearded iris and daylilies on either side. This area here, I did move the cabbage and the collard greens that I had over here. But guys, look at this lettuce. The other ones died out. But these 2 that I planted about a week ago, these were some red lettuce. I'm gonna harvest some. They are doing well. Okay. Let's see, the cilantro that I have in here, I think it's not doing the greatest. They're not thriving. So I may move it into these cinder blocks here. So that's the plan over the next couple of days to see if they will do better. And then these 2 hanging baskets with some clearance annuals, I'm seeing a lot more blooms. So I'm happy about that. And then my Japanese spirea is spreading out nice and thick. I probably do need to cut back on it some because there's a little bit of a walkway here. that I need to clear up. Guys, so this is another garden bed that I'm adding the landscape fabric to offer some more shade and protection from rabbits. And I still need to, I just wrapped the fabric around, but I need to secure them a little bit better. So that's my work for the coming days in this space. All right, I think that is my walkthrough for today. Oh, one last area. I don't think I showed you the other area that I had put down the clover seeds. So here's this other area, and again, they're coming up nice and thick. I cannot wait. All right, I think that's it for now. All right, guys, I will see you on the next walkthrough here in a couple of days. In the meantime, though, please stay well, and if you are a gardener and you have tips that you can share with me, I would love that. And all the best on your gardening. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see ya. Bye.